Yo, what's up broskis? Today we're gonna go over the best controller guide for Season 3 of Apex Mobile. Many people in my streams have asked over and over again what sensitivity I use, what settings are the best for controller and so on. So today with this video I hope I can answer all those questions for those who wish to be correct on controller. First up, I want to tell you that I have spent hours and hours finding these settings out and adjusting them, like basically from official launch till now. But that doesn't mean these are your settings. This video should not be a guide how to copy my settings. This video should be a guide how to find the best controller settings for you. Because everybody's individual and nobody has the same preference. First up, what controller should I use? The best options are the PlayStation 4 and 5 controllers and the Xbox controllers. I personally had problems with third-party controllers, that's why I don't recommend using these. I use PS5 controller and I play full claw, meaning I use my two pointing fingers to press the buttons on both sides. I recommend playing claw because in Apex, pressing as much buttons as fast as possible is required, and by playing claw you don't have to lift your thumbs from your joysticks and secure better aim. Of course, if you have a SCARF controller with extra buttons you are completely fine. Now let's start with the settings. For the basic settings you can copy all the settings you see on the screen if you don't have them already. The important settings for us controllers here is ADS mode and auto open doors. For ADS mode you can choose between tab and hold. I don't recommend mixed, just try both of them out and look what feels the best for you. For auto open doors you should 100% put it on off. Is the setting on, you can't door fight, that is an essential mechanic in Apex where you hide behind a closed door and block it that the enemy can't get to you, or it gives you time to heal. A problem what we controller players have to deal with right now is when an item is in front of the door that we can't open it, as you can see on the screen. But it's all good because the only thing you have to do is ADS in front of the door. For the gameplay settings I recommend copying to 1:1 as of the screen. Most important to have the slide jump control on easy and the climbing control mode on easy. This gives you the ability to easily wall jump. The only thing you have to do is slide jump to the wall, and before you hit the wall you let go of your left movement joystick and hold the jump button. The game will automatically wall jump for you. I still recommend training to tap the jump button before you hit the wall to improve the wall jump, because I noticed that since Season 3 update they changed something on the climbing side that doesn't instantly let you wall jump anymore if you hold the jump button. Down in there are also the zipline settings, just copy them for now, we will talk about them later in the video. For the items section you can copy everything, same goes for pickup, ping and battle info. For the control settings you can get creative with your interface or just copy how mine looks. The only thing that your interface needs to have is an easy to access reload, open doors or interaction button and a shooting button. The reload button is important because we controllers can't reload while we're on a zipline. The interaction button is when you are panicking with the ADSing on an open door, and the shooting button is when you are bugged, like you can't shoot with your controller or something. Stuff like that happens a lot. While we are at it, there is a bug right now where you can't put out your emote or heal wheel sometimes. To fix that I found out you have to press the touch wheel that is located right from your health bar. Yeah, touch sensitivity settings, we don't need that. For graphics and audio, to get the best performance you select smooth and graphics quality, ultra on frame rate and turn VSync off. All the other settings you can just copy from the screen, but be aware, graphic style, post effect and colorblind mode you can just choose whatever you like. For visual effects you can just copy my rectangle color if you like it. And now we finally come to the real controller settings. For the layout we're gonna not change anything in game because as of right now it's still bugged. For some reason you can't change the position of your crouch and jump button, that's why we just changed the button layout on our iPhone. For Android users, I sadly don't know how it works for you. It maybe you have something similar like an iPhone that I'm gonna show you, or just look up if something like that exists on your Android. So you go to your settings on your iPhone, go to General, and go to Games Controller. You add a new profile and change the button layouts how you like. Or you can just copy my settings if you have a PS4 PS5 controller. Okay, now let's go to the basic tab in the controller settings. Joystick dead zone movement should be as low as possible. As soon as you know the stick drift, just put it a little bit higher till you don't get it anymore. L2 and R2 dead zone should be either 0.01 or like me 0.02. Cursor sensitivity you can change as you like or copy mine. Now we finally get to our sensitivity. First, you can copy all of my sensitivity settings that you have in base. I recommend keeping my sensitivity scales, but if you find the sensitivity overall too slow, you can increase it or slow it, or however you like. For the scope sensitivity, try every scope out to look if you want the sense higher or lower. Now in camera, I want you to adjust the joystick dead zone again as before. It should be as small as possible, but as soon as you know the stick drift, put it a little bit higher. External threshold should be maxed. Both settings are really important for micro tracking, by the way, but we're gonna go over that a little bit later in the video. Now we go to additional speed. Additional speed is an important one in the game right now and might not be for everyone, but I highly recommend getting used to it because right now in Apex Mobile it does a huge difference. Being able to have a low sensitivity while aiming and moving around while being fast is what you want in this game. What the setting does right now for me in game is that after 0.2 seconds my sensitivity gets an additional 21% speed boost. This is so good if you have to turn around fast or if someone goes by in high speed and you have to track it. I tested this setting so much that I can highly recommend trying it out, but only with my overall sensitivity scale speed and those additional speed settings you see on the screen. Little adjustments to these settings can make a huge difference in game, but in the end, just try it out yourself. Now we are done with every setting. From this point forward, this video is gonna be about how you can train your sense alone, and I'm gonna show you some movement tech in Season 3. Keep in mind the best way how I think you can train your sensitivity is 1v1ing with someone in firing range, but if you're alone, I can show you some neat tricks how you can train your sensitivity. First, you start to just track your enemy. That's the most basic training step and the most efficient one. For horizontal tracking, you just track the mannequins that are standing still, and for vertical tracking, you put a jump pad on the mannequins and try to track them while they are jumping up and down. To train your scope sensitivity, you just get more distance for each scope and make sure to walk left or right while you are shooting and aim the opposite way you are walking. So if you walk to the left, you move the look joystick to the right, and if you move to the right, you look to the left while you are shooting. This trick cancels some of your recoil on the controller done correctly. Then I recommend doing slide tracking and micro tracking. Micro tracking is really good for those long distance aim fights. For the start, I would just recommend going slow, but try to hit every time, and go faster as you feel more comfortable with your sense. For the movement tech on controller, we have the basic going on and off of the zipline. If you copied my settings from before correctly, you just have to interact with the zipline and press the jump button to go off of the zipline. By that you get a zipline boost. And if you have to get away on a jump tower, or if you want to go up a zipline fast, we have the zipline spam method, where you just spam the jump and interaction button consistently while you're looking up. By that you're gonna be really harder to hit. I by the way also recommend turning while you're doing this on a jump tower to be more harder to hit. Next up we have neon strafing. This is sadly only doable on Octane Stim or if you on the Bloodhound ult. Basically you just rotate your movement joystick in a circle and spam the crouch button. For Season 3, what a lot of people also do right now, I personally don't, but also sometimes I still do it, is crouch spamming. For crouch spamming, you basically do what it says, you basically just spam the crouch button while you are shooting at the enemy. And now we are already in the end of this guide. I hope I helped everyone out with this video. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments, I will try to answer all of them. And with that, I wish you guys a good one, and of course don't forget to check out my Twitch, I stream there almost every day. Bye!